Guys, we did it! We reached 100,000 subscribers! Woo! Go down, yeah! Just want to say thanks for all your support and definitely your patience. I know I tend to disappear a lot. Again, it's not because I've been slacking. I've been working really hard on multiple projects and I have these moon crater eye bags to show for it. But yeah, wow, what a milestone. I know this is cliche, but I couldn't have gotten here without you all. Except those of you who rage quit along the way due to impatience. You're not included in this shout out. Go! So yeah, thank you, my fandom. Let's go for 500k? Maybe? Yes? Okay. Okay, moving on. I want to recap Anime North before it's no longer relevant. It was my first time going to a convention of any sort. I had a blast. Toys. Honestly, I wasn't used to having so many people come up to me knowing exactly who I was. But for those of you who did, and to those who saw me but were too shy to say hi, thank you. It really meant a lot because it was a constant reassurance that people enjoy what I do, and in turn it further helped me enjoy what I do myself. Friday, I came a little late because I had to finish up an animation job, but it's all good. I got to meet Lily Pichu, player POV, and Natsumi for the first time in person, and although I was the odd one out who really didn't play League, they made me feel welcome to the group nonetheless. I was still kinda pissy that our YouTube panel was scheduled at such a ridiculous time. I even doubted if a lot of people would show up. But before that, at one point I split with the group to go to the dealer's room where all the merchants were, right? I only had about 10 minutes until they closed for the night, and at the entrance to the actual dealer's space, there's this snaking barricaded line that leads up to it. Now, when the place first opens up earlier in the day, the line for that is longer than the time it takes for me to upload a new video. But at night, when there's like 10 minutes left, that thing's empty. So I'm like, got 10 minutes left, ain't nobody got time for that, I hop the bar. Again, empty line. I know what it's like to have impatient people do that kind of junk, so I make sure not to be a hypocrite. I get to the actual entrance, and the two moderators there stop me. One of them goes, "Should I let him in?" And the other shakes his head. Then the first guy gestures me to turn around and says, "You can't cut." I turned around. No one there. Who did I cut? I guess they were the type of people to go by the book. And I didn't want to waste any more time on that, so I'm like, hey, whatever, turned around and jogged back to the end of the line. I don't even know why I bothered going through it again because I had like 5 minutes left once I got inside, and I didn't end up buying anything anyway, so yeah. So after that, it was time to set up for the panel, and I'm like, okay, let's get this over with. Time for sexy dance party because everyone who's gonna show up is probably tired because we're scheduled so late. I meet up with the others and we're looking for the room. After some twists and turns, we get to this hallway where there was like a group of 100 people. At the time, I knew other panels were still going on in the adjacent rooms, so I didn't think these people were here for us. Psych! The moment we approached the group, several of them were already yelling out our names, and I'm like, no way. There's this many people? I started to get excited. The moderators tried to organize them a bit and said, "Everyone who's here for the YouTube panel, line up against the wall." And this line totally went down the whole hallway and even snaked around a bit. I shat my pants. So the sex and the single otaku, which was the panel before us, finishes up. And we find that it's this tiny ass room that probably only fits like 30 people. I'm thinking, no way we can fit everyone in this room. And you know what happens? You know what they did? The moderators actually tell us, and everyone lined up, that we're relocating to another panel room, which seated maybe 200 or more people. I'll shat my pants again. It was a great sight, and although I knew that a good chunk of those people had no idea who I was just happy that that many people came to see us. It was great too because when we registered, it was only going to be Sachi, Daryl, Clover, Natsumi, and I, but because we had all this extra space, we got to include Lily, Cody, and a surprise guest, Dr. Holocaust, to be panelists as well. Although we were all nervous as hell, we had a lot of fun with the panel, and I gotta say, that was the highlight of my experience at Anime North. Saturday was also really fun because of our meetup in front of the building. More people showed up, and even some who were at the panel came to see us again. I got to sign shirts, badges, mousepad boobs, and even a bear's paw. And Sunday was when I did my shopping in the artist alley and dealer's room because everyone knows the last day is haggling day. Overall, a great experience, and I definitely look forward to next year. But until then, see you guys at Anime Expo and VidCon.